like some Viking music, don't it?
Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick that again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud, gotta get it out the flow. Cause that's the only way to go, let's go.
See, lights out. Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing today on this Friday, June 21st, 2024? The Playmakers in the building, showing the lights out. I'm glad to bring it to you live from the good state of Florida, down here in Jacksonville, Florida, Duval. As I try to adjust my mic here. Give me a good, there we go. Hope y'all had a good one. Before I get started, congratulations to the Boston Celtics. Winning banner 18 on Monday. Beating the Dallas Mavericks in good fashion. Shout out to Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, the Bill Russell MVP, Finals MVP. Shout out to Jason Tatum. They captured their first title together, and they have broken the record for most titles of a franchise with the Los Angeles Lakers. So congratulations to the Boston Celtics, who are having their parade today, if not having it right now as I'm speaking. But congratulations to them. They deserved it. They earned it. They was the best team from the start of the season to the end of the season. That's usually how it's supposed to go. So congratulations to the Boston Celtics. Now in today's episode, we're gonna dive into the WNBA heavily today. But before I do that, because there's a lot going on in the WNBA, but it was a lot of things going on around basketball. Period. So I have a pretty extended edition of Around the Hardwood. And to begin Around our Hardwood, ladies and gentlemen, it is official. J.J. Redick is the new Los Angeles Lakers head coach. He has agreed to a 4-year deal to become the Lakers head coach. Details of the numbers has not been disclosed, but there have been some reports that says around about $8 million per year. So if it is $8 million per year, looking at a 4-year contract worth $32 million. If it is $8 million a year for JJ Redick, which is kind of interesting because they did offer Dan Hurley 6 years, $70 million contract. But nevertheless, this is the first head coaching job for JJ Redick. Looking forward to see what he does. Report says like LeBron James had nothing to do with this. I don't think people are going to believe that because LeBron James and JJ Redick, who's now the Lakers head coach, they do a podcast together. So, I mean, you can say LeBron James doesn't have nothing to do with it. It's not going to change the public perception of everybody because they do a podcast together. Just putting that out there, okay? So I don't have no inside information. I don't know if LeBron James was part of it or not, but I know what the messages are saying, and it's ironic that the guy you're doing a podcast with is not your new head coach. Just interesting. It's just an interesting thing to think about. So, whether LeBron is not involved or not, it doesn't matter. JJ Redick is the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. We will see what he does with the 4 years, if they give him 4 years, because no LA coach outside of Phil Jackson has went past 2 years. So let's see what they do. They said 80 is the main focus of the team, and like LeBron James, which is the right thing to do, which is the right thing to say, but we shall see. But congratulations to JJ Redick. He is the new man in charge of the Los Angeles Lakers. Going from a coach that's getting hired to a coach that got fired. Pistons fired Coach Monty Williams after one season. Owe him $65 million. This happened 2 days ago. Monty Williams was fired after one season with the team. New Pistons basketball operations, Sanjay Langdon, who was hired a month ago, had been meeting regularly with Williams about the franchise future, but the decision to dismiss Williams was directly from the ownership level, what Tom Gold's sources told ESPN. Langdon delivered the news to Williams on Wednesday morning, sources says. So the search begins for a new head coach. Gordon Lloyd Williams to Detroit with a historic 6 year, $78 million contract deal after he was fired from the Phoenix Suns and tasked him with the Pistons' mass rebuild. Williams had planned to sit out this season after his wife was diagnosed with cancer, but became taken with goals courtship and massive offers to coach Detroit. Now, it's not nothing new that Detroit had the longest losing streak in record history in NBA history when the Pistons tied the NBA record with a 28-game regular season losing streak and finished with a league worst 14-68. Despite having the best odds to getting the number one pick in the NBA draft, they ended up with the fifth pick. So a lot of things did not go well for Detroit. Losing streak, didn't get number one overall pick, and you only gave Monty Williams 1 year. Now, a lot of Pistons fans through social media contacted me and was telling me that from what they seen as he was coaching the Pistons, that he wasn't buying into the team or the team wasn't buying into him. So there was a disconnect. Probably the reason why they lost 28 straight games from the month of October to damn near the new year. Okay? If you go back when I was covering that losing streak, and I said, please don't go into the new year on this losing streak. And I believe December 30th or December 29th, 1 or 2 days, they ended the longest losing streak in NBA history. But nevertheless, Monty Williams, for the second consecutive year, fired as a head coach of an NBA basketball team. What does Williams do from there? We don't know, but we do know that his wife is diagnosed with cancer. So he might take the chance to just take the year off, spend time with his wife like he originally planned, and go from there. I mean, he still owes $65 million from the Detroit Pistons. I forgot how much he's owed from the Phoenix Suns where they fired him. But I think it's like 32, something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. But he has two organizations that's still paying him because they fired him. But yeah, Monty Williams, do what's best for you, sir. You need to take care of your wife, take care of the wife, take the year off, whatever. But yeah, I would like for somebody to actually give Monty Williams a chance here and not just fire him after one season. But I digress. A move that I did not see coming, and a move I don't think a lot of people seen coming, is the Bulls trading Alex Caruso to the Thunder for Josh Giddey. The Chicago Bulls have traded two-time NBA All-Defensive Team guard Alex Caruso to the Oklahoma City Thunder for Josh Giddey. Team announced it yesterday. Okay. The trade delivers Thunder one of the league's most coveted role players, a 30-year-old guard. General manager Sam Presti has long pursued for the Western Conference number one seed this past postseason. Caruso's arrival could be seen as an addition compatible to the Golden State Warriors acquiring Andre Iguodala back in 2013. For the Bulls have determined to find a playmaker to replace Lonzo Ball, and Giddey 21 comes with all-star potential that will be unlikely to be realized with the Thunder because of the playmaking star power that surrounds him, meaning point guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's the runner-up in this past year's MVP race when he went to the Kelly Jokic for the third time in his career. So it's an interesting trade. I think it was just straight up trade. I don't see nothing else that was involved in the trade. It was just straight up Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey gets out of OKC despite everything he's been going through. And then Alex Caruso joins a team that has star power. That is a young team, and they can use some more defensive help on the wings and the guard spot, which they get with Alex Caruso. This could be a win-win trade for both teams. So I'm not going to say, oh, this is a terrible trade and whatnot. This could actually be a win-win because the Chicago Bulls, they don't have a lot of offensive playmakers because we haven't seen Lonzo Ball in almost 2-3 seasons. We haven't seen Lonzo Ball touch the court. And you need somebody who can touch the court. And Josh Giddey, he's been known to put the ball in the bucket. He's a good shooter. He's a great driver. He has the offensive game. Now, can the stuff off the court keep him from being on the court? It's another question, but I'm not going to dive into that. This could be a win-win if everything plays out correctly for both teams. So Alex Caruso going to OKC. Josh Giddey's going to Chicago. And that would do it for the NBA news, but we got some college basketball news because, by the way, before I get to that, Pascal Siakam signed a max contract deal that's giving him $189.5 million contract extension. He signed a max that's good for him. And also, the Sacramento Kings are keeping six-man Malik Monk on a 4-year, $78 million deal. So congratulations to Pascal Siakam and Malik Monk signing new deals with the team that they're already with. And then we get to the college basketball news. NCAA present tournament plans for 72 or 76 teams. The NCAA has presented a plan to the Division I Conference Commissioner that would expand the men's and women's basketball tournaments by 4 or 8 teams alongside an option to leave each field at 68 teams. The proposal was outlined to the commissioners this week by the NCAA Senior Vice President of Basketball, Dave Gaddard, and NCAA Vice President for Women's Basketball, Lynn Hausman. Under the proposal, expansion of the 68-team field include both 4 and 8-team models. The NCAA will keep its 64-team bracket, but will add play-in games involving the numbers 10 through 12 seed. I like my March Madness the way it is, to be quite honest with you. I really don't want you to touch it. 68 teams gets in. You got your first 4 who has to play to get into the actual field, and we move on from there. Why is it we finna have seeds 10 through 12 be involved in this even more? Well, they already kind of involved in it, but you want your 16 seeds to fight for a spot. You want your bubble teams, for whatever reason, that's where your 11, 10 seeds come in at 12 seeds. They be bubble teams, but since they are in a big conference, they get a higher seed, or they get a better seed than the teams that won that conference for mid-major. Kind of interesting to me, but hey, look, this is what they want to do. They've been talking about it for quite some time, and they press hard to do it. It says here, if the men's tournament expands, it is expected the women's tournament will also as well. ACC Commissioner James Phillips said Thursday during the AP Sports Edition Summer Conference, it is appropriate to look at expansion, and we need to do that. We are looking at it. Close quote. It needs to be approved, but they are looking at it and they are trying to expand. I don't know why they keep trying to expand. We don't need every team involved in a postseason run. This is not a participation type of postseason. You must earn your way into the postseason. And if you can't earn your way to the postseason, then you should not be involved in the postseason. Now, on the flip side of that, I could also flip it around and say, but if they do expand it, a team like Indiana State doesn't get dropped into the NIT when they should have been in the NCAA tournament. Despite the fact they had a hell of a run in the NIT, but fell short to, I want to say, was it Seton Hall? I don't remember. I think it was Seton Hall in the championship game of the NIT. Here's my thing. I can see it from both ways because I was on this program trying to say, let Indiana State get in because they deserve to be in. These boys played. They won 30 games, but the fact that they didn't win their conference because they are part of a mid-major conference, they can't get in, which is like stupid. Teams that actually do their job, win games, have to win a tournament because of what conference they're in just to get into a tournament, which is kind of not fair when you got a team like Indiana State. On the flip side, like I just said earlier, every team deserves to be in the tournament. Do not make this a participation type of tournament. We don't need that. We want teams that earn it. Here's my thing. This is what the NCAA need to do. If they want to change things up when it comes to March Madness, do it like this. Okay, we already know if you win your conference, that's automatic bid. It's automatic. We get that. Okay. Secondly, I feel if you win a certain amount of games, if you have teams that can win 30 games, they should be in the tournament because they are handling business on their schedule. You have a 30-win team in the tournament, they're going to raise people out like, this team won 30 games. I want to see what this team is made about. You just don't win 30 games, okay? especially when the big teams they can't even get to 30 wins no more. So like a team like Indiana State who was like 30-3 in the season should have been in the tournament. So if you can win a magical number of games, you should be considered to be making the tournament. Okay. Then you gotta look at scheduling, look at conference, which I don't know if you want to look at conference when it comes to basketball. Basketball is different than football. I get it in football, you want to look at conference because you pretty much got an idea of what you're going to deal with when it comes to conference play from each conference when it comes to football. Basketball is a little different. Basketball is a little different. Like, remember, just like recently, we just had 2 1 seeds getting knocked out by 16 seeds. Like, anything is possible in basketball. They do say anything is possible in football, like any given Sunday, but literally anything is possible in basketball because you can be there one day, yeah, your shot ain't on, and you finna get caught by a team from a mid-major. It literally happens every single year. That's why March Madness is like the most inciting postseason sport ever because you know you're finna get some upset. You just don't know where it's coming from and who's going to get caught. So there's a lot of things to take care of. I can see it from both sides. I can make argument for both sides. Personally, for me, I like my 68 teams the way it is. But at the same time, if it's beneficial to a team like an Indiana State that can win 30 games in the season and not have to worry about winning their conference tournament just to get in, because that's the only way to get in, I'm with it. Because I wanted Indiana State in this past tournament. I really did. So I can see it both ways, but a lot of people ain't going to see it that way because they like what they got right now. But I can see it both ways. All right. That's the big news from the college area. Let's go to the WNBA. The Las Vegas Aces, the back-to-back reigning defending champions, became the first WNBA franchise to sell every single home game out. Man. And the spotlight, the growth of the WNBA continues. Because the defending champs, rightfully so, the defending champs are the first team to sell out every home game for a season, for an entire season. Congratulations, ladies. Well done. It is much deserved, okay? Good job. Now we get to some sad news here when it comes to the W. Wings Maddie Citrus out indefinitely with a broken finger. She suffered it, I believe, Monday's game against the Kinetic Sun, if I remember correctly. No, Monday against the Minnesota Lynx, she suffered it because that was on the game Monday, which is terrible. She's out indefinitely. There's no time to when she comes back. That's painful news. Even more painful news, ladies and gentlemen. Rookie 4 of the LA Sparks, Cameron Britt, suffering a torn ACL. This happened Tuesday in the first quarter against the Kinetic Sun. Not only does this hurt the Sparks as the WNBA franchise team, but Cameron Britt was also part of the Team USA 3x3 Olympic team as well, which means she would not be heading to Paris to participate in that thing, which I know is probably devastating for her as well because she was looking forward to represent Team USA in the Olympics in 3-on-3. So I know this is a big blow for her. Not only her rookie season is done, but her chance to go to the Olympics this year is also done. So our thoughts and prayers are with Cameron Britt for a healthy recovery, a full recovery. So I'm not going to say a speedy recovery. I'm going to say a full, healthy recovery because don't want you to return too fast and then you get hurt again. I want you to have a full-time recovery, a healthy recovery. So when it's time for you to come back, it will be good for you. You'll be ready to rock and roll, and then you can get up the mental hurdle as well. She ain't the only one from the women's 3x3 team that went down because just a day later, on Wednesday, Atlanta Dreams guard Rhyne Howard injured with what appeared to be an ankle injury. No word has been given yet on the details. The Dream, they do have a game tonight against the Fever. And I do at some point in time during the day, we will get word on Rhyne Howard because it's not only for that, we need to know because she's also part of the 3x3 team for Team USA at the Olympics. So we need to know questions on that as well. So 2 members of the Olympic 3x3 team have been hit with injuries. We already know Cameron Brett will not be making a trip. We're waiting on word on Rhyne Howard and see how severe that injury is to her. And to close out around the hardwood, ladies and gentlemen, Angel Reese sets NBA record as the sky beat the wings. I will dive more into this when we get to the recap section, which is our next segment. But congratulations to Angel Reese on breaking a rookie record for double-doubles. Consecutive double-doubles, should I say. But we'll dive more into that in a bit. All right, now we do it for Around the Hardwood. All right, ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, we're going to recap the week that was in the WNBA.
I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition, dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts.
WWE Shop is your online source for all things WWE. Be a part of the site, man, and score wrestling gear for big events like WrestleMania or SummerSlam. From current superstars to legends, from Raw to SmackDown to NXT. Don't miss this chance to shop for the most awesome WWE merch. Shop for the best deals as well as WWE gift cards and save big on your favorite items. WWE Shop at Fanatics Experience.
Cool McCain.
You thought you wanted Gunther against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there seeing LA like, oh, okay, man, LA Knight hopped out the car, let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these two kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Play Caller Sports Talk YouTube channel. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Shooting Lights Out. And yes, this is where we are going to start. We are going to start talking in the WNBA. And before I dive into the WNBA, just want to let you know that Shooting Lights Out is sponsored by Fanatics, Liz, and Paramount Plus. With Fanatics, get your favorite sports gear and sportswear everywhere you want. Official license everything with Fanatics and Lids. Locker rooms by Lids. Favorite hats and beanies from thousands of college sports and professionals from all around the world. So get your hats and lids with lids.com. And then Paramount Plus. Mountains of entertainment streaming from all around, which is CBS, Nickelodeon, MTV, wherever the case may be. Hit our link in the show notes below and get a free trial with Paramount Plus Mountains of Entertainment. Now that I got that out of the way, let's go into WNBA. Let's go into what the week had for us in the WNBA. Beginning Monday, we had one game on the docket. We had the Dallas Wings trying to right the ship against one of the hottest teams in the WNBA, the Minnesota Lynx. And as you can tell, the Minnesota Lynx did what they're supposed to have done with a 90 to 78 victory, I should say. And Dallas staff no answers. I mean, Arika Gamorale didn't play in this game with an Achilles injury. So she set this one out. And they had nothing to come back with the Minnesota Lynx. But decent scoring. Massachusetts had 17-7 before she suffered that broken finger injury. User who filled in for Arika Gamorale also chipped in with 17. Billis gave you 15, 10, and 9, almost a triple-double. But Minnesota is just a different team. 19 from McBride. You had 16-7 from Fisher Collier, 12 from Smith. Lucia with 11. So the Minnesota Lynx, they moved to 11-3, dropped the Dallas Wings to 3-10. That was Monday. That's hopped to Tuesday. 2 games on the docket. The LA Sparks were in Connecticut to take on the Suns. And then my New York Liberty were in the desert to take on the Phoenix Mercury. As we mentioned earlier, this is the game where Cameron Brink tore her ACL in the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen, as the Connecticut Sun won 79-70. It's a very close, tight-knit game. 4 minutes into the game, that's when Cameron Brink suffered her torn ACL. 4 minutes. Just 4 minutes. That's a shame. Heartbreaker. Darica Hamby had her worst game of the season. She only had 8 points with 5 rebounds. McDonald had 14, Wakita had 10 with 7 boards. But all 5 starters for the Connecticut Sun scored in double figures, led by DeWanna Bowman with 16-7 boards, Alicia Thomas with 11, 7-7. Brianna Jones gave you 13, Harris gave you 14, and Carrington gave you 12. As the Connecticut Sun continue to roll, as they are 13-1 on the season. And then we get to my New York Liberty against the Phoenix Suns, and very entertaining game, very well contested game. But the home team, which is the Phoenix Mercury, they handle business at home. Despite the fact both teams combined to do a WNBA record of hitting combined 33 threes in that game. Unfortunately, we came up on the losing end with a 99-93 L for my Liberty. That's their 3rd loss of the season. And Phoenix is starting to find a rhythm, okay? Both teams. So the Liberty shot 43% from 3, while Mercury shot 50% from 3. The Liberty was 18 for 42 from 3-point range. The Mercury was 15 for 30 from 3-point range. This was a remarkable display of shooting from both teams. And it just wasn't enough. Brianna Stewart, Stewie gave me 28. I got 17 from Condra, 19 from Sabrina. I got 12 apiece from Balaja, Lainey Hamilton, and Caleb Thornton. And then, on the other side, Brittany Griner and Diana Taurasi, 2 of the GOATs of the WNBA in most people's eyes, both put up 19. And then you had Kalia Copper and Rebecca Allen with 17 apiece, and then Natasha Cloud with 11. I mean, look at the scoring in this game. This is an entertaining game. I'm just mad we kept on losing in of it. We should have won this game. It was that damn 4th quarter, man. We let Phoenix flip the 4th quarter on us. If you look at it again, look at it. In the 3rd quarter, We held them to 19 points, 30-19. Fourth quarter, they flipped it on us, 30-17. They flipped it on us. When they flipped it on us, that was it. So disappointing as it is, we still 12-3. But what a hell of a game that was, man. If you watched that game, if you attended that game, you got you a show. Okay, the shooting display was on point. The bucket getting was great. What a way to spend your Tuesday night if you were living out in Phoenix. All right. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday, 3 games on the docket. Mystics versus the Fever, Dream versus the Lynx, and the Storm versus the defending champs. Beginning with the Washington Mystics taking on the Indiana Fever. And first of all, Caitlin Clark, great game. 18 points, 12 boards, 6 dimes. You know, some people want to throw in that she had 6 turnovers. I don't care. Okay. She gave you a double-double with 18 and 12. All right. And then Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston both dropped 22, with a Boston adding 8 boards to that. Okay. And there's sometimes you just can't look at the negative. Sometimes you just throw the negative to the side and you give credit where credit's due. They won the game, albeit against the Washington Mystics, who is 2-13 now. But they won the game. They got themselves to 6-10. And Clayton Clark played good. Aaliyah Boston played good. Kelsey Mitchell played good. Matter of fact, the connection between Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark is starting to click, which could be dangerous, okay? We still haven't hit the halfway point of the season yet. We still haven't hit the Olympic break yet. So just know the Caitlin Clark to Aaliyah Boston connection is starting to click and it's starting to roll. Pay attention to Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. That's all I'm going to say. Now for the Mystics, Ariel Atkins gave you 27. Katie Lou Samuelson gave you 16. Aaliyah Edwards had a bad game, only 4 points. You only gave me 6 shots and you only made 1. With 4 boards, I need more from Aaliyah Edwards, okay? I need more from Aaliyah Edwards when it comes to the DC area. So that's all I'm saying about them. That was game 1 of 3. Game 2 took us to Minnesota as they hosted the Atlanta Dream. And with another dominating win, as you knew, the Minnesota moved to 12-3, dropped the Atlanta Dream to 6-7. But Rhyne Howard got injured in the third quarter with an ankle injury. As I mentioned earlier, we have no word on if she's going to be available tonight. And we don't know the status of her when it comes to the Olympics 3x3 team. So in 24 minutes, 6 points, 5 boards before she exited with an ankle injury. Nevertheless, Nafisha Kai 16 points, 8 boards. Carrington with 14 points, 8 boards. It was a very, very low scoring game. But the Minnesota Lynx do what the Minnesota Lynx does, and they come out victorious. As I said earlier, they come out 12-3 on the season. So it was a good win for them. We're waiting on word on Rhyne Howard. We'll see if her status is for tonight and then going forward, going towards the Olympics. And then finally, the defending champs hosted the Seattle Storm in a rematch that took place from earlier when the Storm knocked off the champs in their own building. So payback was a virtue. And it was the first game Chelsea Gray made her debut, ladies and gentlemen, with a 94-83 win over the Seattle Storm. Chelsea Gray was coming off the bench. She didn't score no points, but she did throw in 7 dimes, all right? And then Jackie Young, 32 points. Asia Wilson with 27-9. You got 11 from Plum. Hayes gave you 10, you know. Neke Agumake, 21 points. Can't sneeze at that. Braga, 19-13. Can't sneeze at that. But the Gold Mama, only 1 point. Jude Lloyd, only 1 point. 0 for 9 from the field, 0 from 3 from three-point range. They ain't like the Gold Mama. The Gold Mama couldn't find a bucket. What happened to the Gold Mama in Vegas? Man. Lockdown City instead of Sin City when it came to Jude Lloyd in Vegas on that one. Jeez, Luis. Only 1 point. 1? Man. I don't know what to say on that one. But that was Wednesday. Yesterday, we had 2 games on the docket. The Dallas Wings going against the Chicago Sky, and the LA Sparks took the trip to the Barclays Center to take on my New York Liberty. And the Chicago Sky with an 83-72 win over the Dallas Wings. That was at noontime yesterday. Get your Thursday started early on a noontime game. And man, I don't know what to tell you, but I know this. Angel Reese had 16 points with 18 boards. She went 7 from 13 from the field. McBride and Carter both with 19 points. I love the fact that Coach Witherspoon, that teaspoon, put Kennedy Carter in the starting lineup. That girl is a baller, okay? She is balling. Look at it, 8 for 10 from the field, 19 points. McBride, 8 from 14 from the field, 3 from 6 from three-point range, 19 points. You're putting the ballers together. Now, Camilla Cardozo, this is a 7-game back, so 9 and 11. Not going to sneeze at 4 from 10 from the field. You need to work on that. Just like Angel Reese need to work on make sure. Like yesterday, I need more of what Angel Reese did yesterday. I need that more consistently. When you 7 for 13 from the field, 7 for 13 from the field, 6 from 13, maybe 8 for 10 from the field, 8 for 12 from the field, But hey, no matter what happened, William Gumara did come back and drop 31, but as usual, it's not enough. But this game yesterday is all about Angel Reese. 7 consecutive double-doubles. New record for the most consecutive double-doubles by a rookie in WNBA history. So yesterday, Angel Reese made history, all right? Do not sit here and come to me about her shooting percentage at this moment in time. I don't care. She made history yesterday. We're going to respect the fact she made history yesterday, all right? And by the way, Angel Reese is the only rookie to average a double-double this season. Okay, now Clark ain't averaging a double-double. Aaliyah Ellis ain't averaging a double-double. Cameron Britt, before she got hurt, wasn't averaging a double-double. Rikita Jackson ain't averaging a double-double. Aaliyah Boston, let's pray on the chat that she's doing, because Aaliyah Boston was a double-double machine last year. And that's the track that Angel Reese is on right now, if you pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Angel Reese is the only rookie to average a double-double this season. Why do you think she's my number 1 when it comes to Rookie of the Year? Because she's the only one averaging a double-double. Things can change. For right now, Angel Reese is number 1, Caitlin Clark is number 2. I have the right to change my mind when we get to the Olympic break and see what things say. Oh, I might change my mind this weekend. I'll tell you why and when we get there. But for right now, Angel Reese is the front runner for the Rookie of the Year award, and she set a WNBA record for most consecutive double-doubles by a rookie. Congratulations, girl. You keep doing your thing. And good job getting that dub. And then we get to my New York Liberty, who went home after taking the L to Phoenix to host the LA Sparks in their first game without Cameron Brink. The shooting display for the Liberty continued as Sabrina Ionescu went for 31 and 9 dimes, shooting 11 for 19 from the field, 6 from 11 from three-point range, and then not to be outdone, contract, John Corey Jones, JJ herself, decided to add in on the action with 22 points with 7 boards and 8 dimes for damn self. And then Stewie, she had a quiet game with 17, 5, and 5. But hey, when you have Cardrell Jones and Sabrina Ionescu giving you 53 together, Stewie can take a break. Stewie can lay back and relax for a minute, and let the 2 other ladies handle their business. So JJ and Sabrina, great job last night. Much needed dub, even though it is against a 4-12 LA Sparks team without Cameron Brink, they working sensational. But nevertheless, hey, we got the job done. The Rican Handby, another game that she struggled, only 9 points. She did give 11 boards, but it's a struggle. With Keita Jackson also struggled with only 6 points. With Keita Jackson going to have to step up more. The Rican Handby going to have to continue to get back to her playing big self that she was early before Cameron Brink got injured. But yeah, that was not a good showing for the LA Sparks, but we'll see what they can do over the weekend, because they have a game this weekend coming up. But with that being said, we're going to take our last commercial break here for today, and then we're going to get you ready for the weekend before we call it a day, all right? So we'll be back.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Cowboys Talk. The Dallas Cowboys got exactly what they deserved. Let me say that one more time, because you know it's true. The Dallas Cowboys got exactly what they deserved. Dak Prescott is overrated and he shouldn't be paid, okay? And the same thing with Pollard. I mean, Pollard breaking the tackles at that 57-yard touchdown run. I mean, we needed that big time. 33 points in the fourth quarter. Let me say that again. 33 points in the fourth quarter. And that's off of 4 turnovers committed by the Colts. See, at one point, and the fact that at the end of the third quarter, it was 21-19, and the final score was 54-19. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, that is completely unexpected. Cowboys Talk is available on all streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
Oh, yes. The tradition, the pageantry, the spectacle, the history, the slut. Wait. I gotta rep my brother's stuff right. All my DMV soldiers, stand up! And welcome to the Commander's Gridiron Report. You want your commanders to be repped right? Well, D. Willie is your man. Commander's Gridiron Report, every Monday at 3:05 p.m. Eastern, 2:05 p.m. Central. Exclusively on the Sertoba Media YouTube channel. Music by J. Cool.
Where my soldiers? Right side. Commanders. Where my soldiers? Left side. Commanders.
Sports fans are gearing up, whether it be for the madness of March, whether it be for the Super Bowl, or even a little thing called WrestleMania. You can get all that at Fanatics, where they have a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, the NHL, the NCAA, and the WWE. So go on and show that pride, that passion, that dedication fan that you are by whipping your team, your league, all your favorite players. Fanatics, official license, everything.
In a world where chronicles of the past are brought to the streams, whether the content is relatable or completely beyond your realm of life, there is no shadow of a doubt that this show is absolutely full of shenanigans. Get ready for
D. Willie in the evening.
This Sunday at 10:05 p.m. Eastern.
Exclusively on Sertoba Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome. This is a BS3 Network presentation.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Shooting the Lights Out. And before we get out of here, and before I get to the final thing, we do get you ready for the weekend. Remember that Shooting the Lights Out is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and wherever else you can find your podcasts at. So if you can't catch our YouTube channel, which you need to subscribe to and hit that notification button for every time we post anything on our YouTube channel, just make sure whatever you find your podcasts at, you find Shooting the Lights Out at, and follow us through there. Also follow us on all social media platforms, where there will be Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever the case may be. Find us on there. Now, let's get you ready for the weekend before we get up out of here. Tonight, we got a couple of games going on tonight, beginning with the Indiana Fever down in the ATL to take on the Atlanta Dream. That's at 7:30 on Ion Television. And then after that game, at 10 p.m. on Ion Television, the Kinetic Suns, they are in Sin City. They take on the back-to-back reigning WNBA champions, the Las Vegas Aces. That's a game to watch if you can stay up and watch that game on this lovely Friday night. Okay, that's Friday night. Moving on to tomorrow, we have a triple header tomorrow. Round 2 between the LA Sparks and the New York Liberty at the Barclays Center. Let's see what changes they have the Sparks made, and let's see if my Liberty can continue to shoot the ball the way they've been shooting. That's at 3 p.m. on ESPN. At the same time, on ESPN 3 at 3 p.m., the Dallas Wings, they are in the nation's capital to take on the Washington Mystics. Can the Wings find a way to win the game, or will the Mystics send the Wings to another L and get their third win of the season? And then at 8 p.m. tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, on NBA TV, the Phoenix Mercury, who is starting to get hot at the right time, taking on one of the hottest teams in the WNBA as they head up to the Twin Cities to take on the Minnesota Lynx. The Fisher card going against Brittany Griner. I'm looking forward to that. Killer McBride against Kylie Copper. Looking forward to that. Which team going to get a dub? Minnesota's been the hottest team in the WNBA thus far. The Phoenix Mercury, now they got Brittany Griner back. They're starting to find a rhythm. It's going to be a fun one. And then on Sunday's going to be a lovely day, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday, we begin at 3 p.m. with 3 games. But all 3 of the games will be on ESPN 3, beginning with my New York Liberty taking a trip down south to go against the Atlanta Dream. Hopefully by tonight, we'll know the status of Rhyne Howard going forward. So with that being said, we'll know if she'll be playing or not when it comes to tomorrow when they face the New York Liberty. Also at 3, we're going to run it back again between the Dallas Wings and the Washington Mystics. That should be funny. And then finally, out at Seattle, Washington, the Kinetic Suns continue their West Coast road trip. From Vegas, they go to Seattle to take on the Storm. That should be a fun one. And then at 4 p.m. Sunday, mark it on your calendar, it is round 3 between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark as the Indiana Fever take the trip to Chi-Town to take on the Chicago Sky. And right now, the Indiana Fever have a 2-0 lead on the Chicago Sky, which means Caitlin Clark is 2-0 against Angel Reese in the WNBA. We can say 3-0. We go back to the Elite 8 in college days. Game 1 was on the 1st of the month. The Fever won by 1 point. Game 2 was on the 16th. Fever won by 8. Round 3 is Sunday and is in Chicago. The first 2 games were in Indiana. This game is in Chicago. There should be something. And that's no, because I know how my Heart fans are. I did you by the numbers for both games. So in 2 games, Angel Reese has scored a total of 19 points, shooting 27.3 from the field, which is terrible. Absolutely terrible. You got to be better, Angel Reese. You got to be better, Angel Reese. You can't be shooting in the 20s. You can't be shooting in the 30s. You got to be in the 40s, okay? Especially when you're playing inside, all right? You did give me 26 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and a block in those games. All right? Love you. You give me a double-double in these games, but you gotta get the shooting percentage up right. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, 34 points in these 2 games against the Chicago Sky, shooting 50% from the field, 31.3% from 3-point range, 16 rebounds, 15 assists, but she also has 10 turnovers. She has 5 turnovers in these 2 games that she has with the Chicago Sky. So, Angel Reese, you're doing everything. You're scoring, you're rebounding, you're assisting, but we need to cut down on the turnovers, all right? No matter what side you're on, you're going to have good things you need to say, and there are going to be some bad things you're going to say about each team. Learn how to use them when it's appropriate, all right? When Angel Reese made her history becoming the only player as a rookie to have 7 consecutive double-doubles, that is not the time for you assholes to sit here and say, well, she's shooting 30% from the field. She made history. Get over it. Now, when you do something like this, when you're comparing her to Caitlin Clark, now you can use the she's shooting 27% from the field against the Indiana Fever in 2 games. That's not good. Angel Reese, that's not good. I love you. That's not good. It's not going to cut it. You got to be better. You got to be better. But now that you got Camila Cardozo back, and now she gets a second meeting with, Aaliyah Boston and Indiana Fever, maybe that should help you out, okay? You did good. What you gave me against the Dallas Wings, 7 for 13 from the field, that's what we need more of, all right? You're doing good. Got to get better though, especially in the shooting department. Caitlin Clark shooting good from the field, shooting 50% from the field. 3 points. You're not hitting your 3-pointers like you usually do. You in the low 30s. That's not good. A guard should not be shooting in the low 30s when it comes to 3-point range. Okay, it shouldn't be. You got me 16 rebounds. You give me 15 dimes. You also got me 10 turnovers. Okay, turnovers is a thing that's been talked about this all season. But I'm just talking about when you go against the Chicago Sky, that is 5 turnovers a game and 2 games against the Chicago Sky. Them turnovers can lead to fast break points for Chicago Sky. Especially with you going to Chicago on Sunday, you might want to cut down the turnover because if you don't, you could put your team in a dire situation and Chicago could run away with this game because they are at home. Both the games that y'all won was in Indiana, all right? So you did have home court advantage in the first 2 games. I'm looking forward to this game on Sunday because this game is going to be something to watch. It is round 3. And Angel Reese, you need to beat Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark got you 2-0 right now. Technically 3-0 if we're going to add college in there. We're going to do overall. She got you 3-1. But you do have the most important one, which is the national championship one. But ever since then, she has beaten you 3 straight, all right? So you're going to see what's going to happen going forward from that point forward. But there's good and bad on both sides, all right? Can we just be fair about it and not so negative on either way, all right? Both these ladies are doing their job. Is there areas they need to get better at? Yes, Angel Reese got to get better at being more efficient of a scorer, and Caitlin Clark got to be more efficient at taking care of the basketball, plain and simple. But both ladies are doing great as rookies in the WNBA right now, all right? With that being said, ESPN has the Chicago Sky as a 61% chance of winning this game with Indiana getting 39%. So home court advantage, 4 p.m. on a Sunday on ESPN, but there's nothing else going on. You can't miss this game. You have to watch it. And I will be watching. I actually get the opportunity to watch this game for once. And I will be tuned in, ready to go at 4 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. Hopefully you are too. And that's how it's going to close out your weekend, because that's the final game of the weekend. It's Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, round 3 in the WNBA, all right? So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. Enjoy your weekend. You have a lot of WNBA basketball to get into. If you're out in Boston enjoying the parade with the Boston Celtics winning banner 18, enjoy yourself. Be responsible as well. Don't do nothing crazy. Be responsible. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. And outside of that, I will see you guys next week to talk more WNBA basketball and give you some update on any news that I get when it comes to the Olympics or anything like that. And as we continue to grow closer into the month of July, I will start throwing out more Olympic content, start diving in more into the Olympics and what to look for and stuff like that. But until then, we're going to enjoy the WNBA. We're going to have fun with it. And remember, follow, subscribe on our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell to know anytime we are putting anything up on our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, the Playmakers Blog on Facebook. Playmakers though on X, formerly known as Twitter. And like I said, you can catch the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and wherever else you can find your podcasts at. As for right now, I'm heading out. Y'all enjoy y'all Friday. Enjoy your weekend. I will see y'all later. Deuces.
You've done great, but you can't stop here. You can't stop now. You gotta keep going. Through all your trials and your tribulations, you gotta keep pushing. Now, finish your camp.
Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick that again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the floor. Cause that's the only way to go. Let's go.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. If you want to follow the podcast, you can follow it on all streaming platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and a whole lot more. This has been Shooting the Lights Out.